I want everybody to be happy. I want everybody to find someone that makes them happy. I want everybody to live a beautiful life that they want for themselves. I don't wish ill on anybody, but I can't stand the delusion. Now we all got to sit here and we got to be like, oh yeah, this is great. You know, this is somebody who could get 95% of guys. And imagine going through life with that sense of delusion. Like, we see it, and this is an extreme example, but when women walk around like that, imagine walking around thinking, I could get 95% of guys. How many guys are you telling no to because you think you're better than them? Are you? Or is it in your head? Just think about it. If you don't want to wind up alone, you have to have a realistic assessment of what you bring to the table, of your looks, of your capabilities, of what you're willing to do in a relationship, of your character. All of it.
It's absolutely infuriating how modern women have degraded into something almost worthless. They've turned into liabilities for men, and men are finally waking up to this harsh truth. The awful reality of today's modern women is that they demand to be equal to men in every way. They want to do everything men do, but they reject traditional values. They refuse to commit to family, spouting off about patriarchy, but knowing nothing about actually taking care of a household. They can't face reality and expect everything to be handed to them without question. These women can't come to terms with reality. They've deluded themselves into believing they deserve everything handed to them without question, simply because they exist. They expect to be treated like queens while doing nothing to earn that respect. They think that climbing the career ladder and achieving so-called success is more important than nurturing the next generation or being a good mother. They've completely lost sight of what truly matters in life. And the worst part, even with all this, they're still not happy. And they can't stand to see anyone else happy either. It's not hard to figure out if women are worth their salt or not. The real question is, what do women actually bring to a man's life that he can't get anywhere else? The one thing women are proud about is sex. And it's crazy that sex is no longer a big deal. The ladies want to get laid as well, and they offer it freely. Let's get real here. How does having a modern woman actually increase a man's fulfillment in life? What can she possibly offer that he can't already get from a baby mama or any other woman, especially for men who want real, family-oriented relationships? See, to be valuable, you have to be useful at some point. And the truth is, men's survival and happiness don't depend on women. Never have, never will. It's the other way around. Women literally can't survive without men. But modern women, they've lost the plot. Their values are completely irrelevant to what a man actually needs. These women think that chasing money and success through any means necessary is more important than becoming a good mother or partner. They've got it all twisted. Instead of adding to a man's life, they just take from it, draining him emotionally, financially, and mentally. They're all about what they can get, not what they can give. So what does a modern woman bring to the table? Absolutely nothing of real value. If anything, she's more of a burden than a blessing. Modern women have forgotten what it means to be truly valuable, and that's why men are starting to realize they don't need them like they used to.
People meet people nowadays. Being a single gal in a single world, where do I go if I don't want to go on dating apps? Like, I don't like dating apps. I've had them. I've tried them. I get disappointed. I get discouraged. Let's be honest. Let's be real. Dating apps, if you're going to think this person is attractive, you're probably going to swipe yes. And if you don't find them attractive, you're going to swipe no. But sometimes people just aren't photogenic. They just don't present themselves well through photos. That's why I just feel like it's so much better to meet people in person. Also, just like with having dating apps, like, it just feels forced. And I don't want it to feel forced. I want to like go out in public, meet someone like in the wild, both just happen to bump into each other and you're like, and then, you know, sparks fly. I just want to know where. Like, where do the single men go? Where are you going? Where are you hanging out? Like, if you're in the garage, like, come out. Like, are you at the lake? Are you snowmobiling? Are you fishing? It's wintertime. What are you doing right now? It's funny. How am I this amazing? Like, and single? Like, are you kidding me? And like, for the longest time, I just like wasn't worried about it. At this point, I'm like, I'm 31. What is happening? Like, is there just no one left? Put me on a dating show. The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Love Island. I don't even care. Just put me somewhere so I can actually like interact with the male race. I'm not interacting with males. Anyways,
It's no surprise that social media has only amplified the worst traits in women, but it's always the outside forces, especially men, who get blamed for it. Women are quick to point fingers at social media for their undoing, but let's be honest, it's more about their inherent nature than any external influence. The idea that social media has turned women into covert narcissists is almost a laughable excuse. The truth is that women are already narcissistic on a primal level. Their whole survival strategy, from ancient times, has been centered around their physical appearance and fertility. This is their fundamental way of attracting a mate. So what's really going on? Women, by default, are inherently self-focused. Social media has just magnified this obsession. They're all about seeking attention and validation because being desired is the primary engine driving them. It's not just about finding a partner, it's about maintaining their sense of worth and validation. They're attention junkies, fueled by the endless need to be admired and desired. This isn't just a side effect of modern technology, it's a reflection of their primal instincts and how they've always operated. Social media has merely provided a more immediate and extreme outlet for these ingrained behaviors. It's infuriating how every young woman these days seems to have mastered the art of pouting at the camera. This obsession with validation has gone beyond the pale. Before social media, women had only a limited number of ways to seek validation. Now, with the whole world at their fingertips, their need for attention is out of control. It's delusional not to see that young women today are seriously messed up in the head. Their addiction to constant validation isn't just a phase, it's a fixed mindset. There's no way a single man can ever meet the demands of a woman who's been conditioned to crave attention on a massive scale. Feminism has drilled into women's heads that men are the enemy. Now, they're all professional victims, wearing their victimhood as a badge of honor. This ridiculous paradox, where women feel empowered by constantly being victims, has driven them into a whirlpool of confused and contradictory thinking. They're trapped in a spiral of self-delusion, all thanks to the toxic combination of social media and feminist ideology. The deep-rooted dishonesty in women today is glaringly reflected in feminism. Feminism has poisoned women's minds, pushing them into a militant and repulsive stance. They've been brainwashed to believe they're inherently entitled to everything without having to earn it or be held accountable for their actions. The excuse for this entitlement is that men have wronged women throughout history. So, women now not only feel entitled, but also believe they're owed something, leading to a nauseatingly obnoxious attitude. This sense of entitlement has stripped women of any real respect for men. In their twisted logic, showing respect to men is seen as degrading themselves. The ultimate irony is that without men making life as manageable and safe as it is, women wouldn't even have the luxury to dream of equality or the supposed achievements of feminism. Men's contributions have been pivotal in creating a world where such ideas could even exist. Without men, there wouldn't be equal rights or feminism at all. Men, on their part, are remarkably generous. They're not looking for recognition for their massive role in the survival and advancement of humanity. They've built and maintained the framework that allows feminism and equality to even be discussed. It's concerning how some women have increasingly chosen to sabotage their bodies with tattoos and neglect basic hygiene, just to defy their traditional reputation. If women are unwilling to present men with something as fundamental as their bodies, it raises the question of what else they believe they can provide. There appears to be a troubling trend where women expect men to offer everything while giving little in return. Additionally, it's troubling that women may exercise their personal freedom in less considerate ways, while also expecting men to accept these behaviors without complaint. This dynamic reflects a broader issue where it seems that some women assume men will always accommodate their needs without reciprocation. All these factors made men realize modern women are not worth their salt anymore. That's all for today on Manhood. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe buttons, and also click on the notification bell to be the first to know when I drop a new video.